Hello and welcome. So we have a special class today as many things are going on overhead up in the solar system right now. It is the summer solstice, so the longest day of the year, as well as there's a new moon moving into Cancer tomorrow, and it's also an eclipse. So many things, very exciting, lots of shifts of energy. So yeah, our class today is going to focus on becoming more internal. It's a softer practice to deal with all these intense energies. Cancer is a very emotional, sensitive sign, so coming in tune with our emotions, letting things go, slowing down, coming more into our watery aspects. So yeah, we will begin by coming into a child's pose. So bringing the big toes together, spreading the knees wide apart, sitting our seat onto our heels, bringing maybe a cushion underneath if you need, bringing your forehead down to the earth, grounding down, reaching the fingertips forward, and all together taking a full inhalation, and exhale. Do that 2 more times, sinking into the posture. Feeling a stretch in the hips, exhale. Feeling your shoulders release, last full inhale. And exhale. Beautiful, you can bring your arms, walk your hands behind you here, and then interlock the fingers, try and keep the wrists together if it's available. And then gently checking in with your shoulders, seeing what is capable for you. Lifting our wrists up overhead, really opening the shoulders here. Breathing into the shoulders. Our shoulders hold so many weights, so many burdens. So really breathe into them, feel the release. Feel your back body opening up. Take one more full inhale here. And exhale, you can slowly begin to lower down. Release the fingers. Inhale, walk your hands back, forward. Exhale, let that go. Beautiful. Inhale, I invite you to push up into a tabletop position. Uncurling the toes here so our shoulders are in line with our wrists, hips in line with our knees. Fingers are spread wide. And then inhale, I invite you to drop the belly, gaze up at the sky, coming into cow pose. Exhale, drawing the navel into the spine, dropping the head, coming into cat pose. And then inhale, I invite you to bend your elbows here, drop your belly down to the earth, and then let your heart shine up to the sky. Cow. Exhale, angry cat. And then continue moving at your own pace with your breath, maybe closing the eyes here. Trying to get in tune with our body, see what our body needs. I invite you to maybe explore the pose here, so maybe shake your head, boogie your shoulders side to side as you flow through cat and cow. Sometimes it feels nice to circle the hips as well. It does not matter what you look like. Close your eyes and just see what your body's craving. This is going to be a very intuitive practice. Try and connect to the deeper energies within our body, within the universe. And then taking one more round of cat and cow. And then making your way back into tabletop position. I invite you to inhale, curl your toes, lift up your knees, and exhale. Come into a downward facing dog. So in our downward facing dog, we want to make sure our fingers are spread wide here. We want to check in with our index finger and make sure it's in line with the top of the mat or slightly turned out. We don't want the index fingers turned in because we want to work on externally rotating the shoulders here. If your legs If your spine is not straight here, I invite you to bend your knees. So the goal is not to have straight legs, but rather a straight spine. So if you bring a bend into the knees, you can really shoot that tailbone up to the sky. And imagine anything that no longer serves you pouring out of the top of your head, letting it fall into the mat, letting the earth catch it, seeing it slowly fade away out of your body. You can walk your dog out side to side, maybe shake your head, allowing for a neck release. Take a full inhale here, and exhale. Then inhale, we're gonna lift up our right hand here, coming into a three-legged dog, trying to keep our hips square. Just reaching your paw up off of the ground. Inhale, and then exhale, option to bring your right hand to the outside of either your left ankle, your left calf, whatever is available to you. Gaze underneath the left armpit, coming into a twisted downward dog. Taking a full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, bring the right hand back down. Exhale, let that go. Shake your head. Walk out the dog. Take another full inhalation. And exhale. Inhale, lift up your left hand here. Keeping the hips squared, belly drawn in. Gaze is at the back of the feet. You can keep your hand here, or option to bring the left hand on the outside of the right ankle or right calf, whatever is available. Coming into our twisted downward dog, staying strong through the right hand. Gaze underneath the right armpit. Breathing here, full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, you can come back to center. Exhale, let that go, shake that off. However feels right to you. Then we're going to inhale, shoot our right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bringing it forward to the top of the mat, dropping our left knee down, rising up. Inhale, hips are squared here, coming into a low lunge. I invite you here to make sure that your knee is in line with your ankle, hips are squared. Shoulders are away from the ears. You can bring your gaze upward. Push your hips forward here if you like, while maintaining strong posture. And then slowly begin to back bend. Exhale, you can come back down. Come into plank pose. Take a vinyasa here, so you can bring your knees down, elbows stay in, torso lowers. And then thumbs stay by your side, toes backwards, squeezing the feet. Gently rise up into a low cobra, shoulders away from the ears, curling the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full inhale, and exhale. Inhale, we're going to shoot the left leg up to the sky. Bring it forward. Exhale, drop the right knee. And inhale, rise up. So hips are squared, arms overhead, left knee and ankle in one line, belly drawn in. Gaze can come upwards, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. You can gently begin to push the hips forward. Or maybe taking your gaze to the back of the room, coming into a slight back bend. Allow that to feel good. Check in with your breath, making sure you can breathe. Inhale, and exhale, come back down. Hands frame the foot, lifting up our back knee, bringing our left foot back. Option for full vinyasa, or bring the knees down again. So full vinyasa. Torso lowers, untuck the toes, lift up, squeeze the seat, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Full inhale, and exhale. Inhale, we're going to jump to the top of the mat or step. Coming into a halfway lift, spine is straight here. Our gaze is forward, but make sure you're not overextending the neck here, so your chin remains slightly tucked. Exhale, forward fold. Belly comes on the thighs, forehead below the knees. Inhale, arms rise, palms press overhead. Exhale, bring it into the heart. Beautiful. So we're going to inhale, bring our arms overhead again. And then interlock the fingers, releasing the index fingers here. Trying to pull the shoulders away from the ears again, but trying to keep the elbows straight. Tucking in the tailbone, lifting up the kneecaps. Gaze can be up towards the sky. Take a full inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, let's slightly bend over to our right side, keeping our hips squared, chest open, hips in line. Stretching the left side of the body. Come down, exhale, and inhale, rise up, lengthen. And exhale, come down to the left side, this time feeling a stretch in the right side body, pushing the hips over to the right side, keeping them in line, chest open. Coming down, exhale, and inhale, rising back up. Exhale, we're going to come down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, jump or step back into plank pose. Heels are to the back of the room here. Pushing up through the palms of your hands, engaging the backs of the shoulders. Holding plank, feeling strong here, squeezing the seat. Then lowering down, chaturanga or knees down. Inhale, rising up into cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, shoot the right leg forward. And then exhale, drop the back knee. Inhale, rising up, coming into a low lunge. Knee and ankle in one line, hips squared. Option here to push the hips forward, coming into a slight back bend. And exhale, come down. Bring, inhale, lift up the back knee. Bring the right foot back, lowering down to the earth, chaturanga. Inhale, rising up, cobra. Curling the toes, exhale, down dog. Inhale, shoot the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring it forward, dropping the back knee. Inhale, rise up. Hips are square, knee and ankle in one line. You can push those hips forward. Gaze comes to the back of the room. Exhale, lower down. Lift up the back leg. Inhale, come down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a full inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, you can jump or step to the top of your mat, coming into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up. Arms come overhead, palms press. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here, keeping the eyes closed. Feel the connection of your feet on your mat. Feeling grounded, feeling secure. And we'll move through one more round of moon salutation variation. Inhale, arms come overhead. Interlock the fingers here, except for the index. Pulling the shoulders down away from the ears. Tailbones tucked, strong through the bottoms of the feet. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, bending over to the right, shifting the left hips over to the left, keeping the hips in line, chest open, lowering down, down, exhale, inhale, rise up, exhale, lowering over to the right, left, pushing the right hips over to the right, breathing here, chest is open, hips in one line, take a full inhale, exhale, come down, down, inhale, rise up, exhale, palms press together, release the index, lower down, forward fold, Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, grounding the hands on the mat, stepping or jumping back into plank pose, lowering down, chaturanga, untucking the toes. Inhale, rising up to cobra, squeezing the seat, curling the toes. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, shoot the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring it between the hands, drop the lower left leg. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Pushing those hips forward, knee and ankle in one line. Bring the gaze to the back of the room. Getting a nice bend through the spine. And then exhale, we're gonna bring our hands down to the earth and begin walking our right foot forward. Uncurling our back toes, keeping our hips in line here. We're gonna inhale, lengthen through the spine again. And then keeping our heart open, we're gonna bend over that front leg, coming into half splits. So good for our hamstrings. Mostly all lower back issues are related to tight hamstrings. Our body is so interconnected. Keeping the spine straight, really feeling a stretch in the hamstrings. One more inhale. And exhale, come down. Inhale, you can rise up, walk your foot back to center, bring the knee back, bend back in the knee. Planting your hands down on the earth, inhale, lift up the back leg. Exhale, bring the right foot back down, lower down, chaturanga, untuck the toes, inhale, cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, same thing on the other side, lifting up the left leg. Exhale, bringing it forward between the hands, lowering the back knee. Hips are squared, rising up, knee and ankle in one line. Pushing those hips forward. Just coming into a slight back bend here. Bringing the gaze to the back of the room. One more full inhale. And exhale, come back forward. Begin walking your left foot out, and straightening the front left foot. Checking in with the hips, making sure they're squared. You can untuck your back toes. We're gonna inhale, lengthen through our spine, and exhale, keeping a straight spine, bend over that front left leg. Heart stays open. Breathing here. One more full inhale. Exhale, come down. Feel that stretch in the hamstring. Feel your body open. And inhale, you can rise up. Walk your foot back to center. Bring the bend back in the knee. Curl the back toes. Lift up the back knee. Step your foot back into plank pose. Lower down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Exhale, curl the toes. Downward facing dog. Full inhale here. And exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, jumping back to center, front of the mat. Coming to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, drawing the belly in, rising up. Palms press overhead, gaze falls. Exhale, bring it into the heart. So keep your eyes closed here. Take a moment to ground. Feel the shift in your energy, the shift in your body. There's a whole universe inside your body. Inhale, we're going to bring the arms overhead. And then exhale, we're going to bring the left arm forward, the right arm back, and gaze behind us over our right shoulder. Take a full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring it back to center. And exhale, left arm comes back, right arm forward. Gaze follows the left arm, looking over the left shoulder. Full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Ground the hands, step or jump back, plank pose. Lower down, elbows in, chaturanga, untuck the toes, cobra, shoulders away from the ears, curls the toes. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg shoots to the sky. Exhale, bring it between the hands. Drop the left knee. Inhale, rise up. Shoot the hips forward, coming into a slight back bend. Exhale, come back down. Uncurl the back toes. Walk your front right leg forward, hips in line. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Bend over. Exhale, heart shines forward. Inhale, reground the front foot. Bring the bend back in the knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, ground down. And then keeping the left hand grounded, we're going to inhale, reach our right arm up to the sky. Gaze follows. We're going to curl our back leg, lift up that back leg, strong through the back left heel. And then from here, keeping our attention and our focus on the right foot, feeling strong through that right foot, we're going to lift up our left hand and rise up into a twisted warrior one. So keeping the gaze on the back of the right shoulder, left arm forward. Beautiful. Inhale, we're going to come to center, coming into crescent lunge pose. So knee and ankle are in one line, hips are square, shoulders are away from the ears here. Feeling strong. Full inhale and exhale. Then we're going to lengthen through our front leg here. Inhale. Ground down our back leg at a 45-degree angle, so the toes are pointing towards the top left-hand corner of our mat. Exhale, bring our hands down onto our hips, making sure our hips are squared here. If you're having trouble squaring your hips, you can walk your back left leg out a bit. Heels are ideally in one line, but if they're not, that's perfectly okay. And then inhale from here. We're going to lengthen through the spine, lift up our arms, and exhale, like coming into that half splits. We're going to keep our hips squared, lengthen through our heart. Bring our hands down to frame our foot. If you want to bring your hands onto blocks, that's perfectly okay. Do what's available to you, keeping the spine long. Breathing here. Full inhale and exhale. So good for our hamstrings again. Keeping the spine straight. You can try to bring your torso down onto your thigh, belly onto your thigh. See what's available to you. Take one more full inhale. And exhale, come down. Inhale, power through the bottom legs. Rise up. And then exhale, bend back into warrior one. Inhale, we're going to open up to warrior two. So back leg comes 90 degrees. We want our front heel in line with the middle arch of our back foot. Knee and ankle in one line. Hips are open. We're going to pretend that we're tearing the mat apart with our inner thighs. Breathing here, lengthening through the spine, not leaning forward. Gaze over the front middle finger. Take one more full inhale. Exhale. Then we're going to flip our palms up to the sky. Bring our left palm onto the back of our left thigh. Reverse the warrior. Keeping strong in that front leg. The knee bent. Slight back bend. Inhale. Come back to center. Warrior two. Inhale. Lengthen. Turn your front foot in. So both feet are parallel. And then kick the heels in, toes out. And we're going to bend into goddess pose. You can bring your hands into heart center here. So knees are in line with our ankles here, feet turned out. You can do a couple hops just to sink into those hips. Full inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Then from here, inhale, we're going to bring our hands out out to our sides, fingers wide. We're going to take 3 goddess breaths. So full inhale, and then exhale, stick out your tongue. 2 more times. Inhale, and exhale. Lowering down in the hips. And one more time, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, we're gonna rise up, lengthen through the legs, kick the toes in, feet are parallel. And then exhale, arms come down by the side. We're gonna lower down, lengthening through the spine, come down halfway. Bring the hands down. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Right foot turns in. Back heel lifts, coming into a runner's lunge. Plant your hands down on the earth. Step back into plank pose. Lower down. Chaturanga. Inhale, squeeze your seat, rise up. Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a full inhale. And exhale. Let that side go. One more full inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, shoot your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring it between your hands. Back right knee drops. Inhale, rise up, hips in line. Push the hips forward, coming into a slight back bend. Exhale, come down. We're gonna walk our front leg forward, keeping the hips in line. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bend over. Inhale, walk your front foot back to center. Bring the bend back in the knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring the left arm back, right arm forward. Gaze follows the left hand. Hips squared. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, ground the hands down. Keeping the right hand grounded, we're going to inhale, lift up the left arm. You can lift up your back knee here, pushing through that back left heel, strong through that back left leg. And then focusing and keeping our attention on the front right foot, strong through the right foot. We're going to begin to rise, bringing our left arm back, our right arm forward. Gaze follows the back left arm here, belly drawn in. One more full inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Come back to center. Coming into a crescent lunge pose. Breathing here, hips squared. Knee and ankle in one line. Shoulders are away from the ears, belly drawn in. Take one more full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lengthen through the front left leg. Ground down through the back right leg. Make sure the right toes are pointing at the top right hand corner of your yoga mat, 45-degree angle. You can walk your back foot a little bit closer to you if you like, making sure that the hips are squared here. If they're not, you can walk the back leg out. Bring your hands on your hips. You can check in with the hips, making sure they feel good, nice and squared. Then we're going to inhale, lengthen through our spine. Exhale. Inhale, bring our arms overhead, keeping the hips squared. Exhale, coming down, maybe halfway, and then bringing maybe our hands either to the earth or to a block, keeping long through our spine. Feeling the stretch in the hamstring here. Hips squared, spine straight. So good for working on our splits, our hips. Our hips are directly linked to our emotions. Taking one more full inhale here, lengthen. Exhale, come down. Then inhale, strong through the feet, rising up. Exhale, bending back into that knee, warrior one. Then inhale, we're going to turn the back leg to 90 degrees. The front heel in line with the back middle arch of the foot. Knee and ankle in one line, warrior two. Checking in with the front knee. The front knee tends to turn in here. We want to bring it back to the outside of the top of the yoga mat. Lengthening through the spine. Gaze over the front middle finger. Arms in one line. Take a full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, flip the palms of the hands towards the top of the sky. Bring the right hand onto the back of the right leg. Lift up the left arm, coming to reverse warrior. Keeping that front knee bent. Full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming back to warrior two. Inhale, lengthening through the front left leg. Turning the foot in so it's parallel with the right leg. Coming into star pose. Then from here, we're going to exhale, bring our arms behind us, interlock the fingers. And then inhale, rise up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale again, trying to keep the wrists together, keeping a straight spine. We're going to start to bend down towards the earth, slowly, slowly, feeling the stretch in the shoulders. Option here to pigeon toe your feet, so bringing the big toes in. If this helps you, go deeper. Breathing here. Take one more full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, you can rise up halfway. And then exhale, release the hands onto the ground. And inhale, walk your hands to the top of your yoga mat. Left foot turns towards the top. Back heel lifts, coming into a runner's lunge. Bringing the arms, the hands down to ground. Exhale, stepping the left foot back. Chaturanga, lower down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Curl the toes. Exhale, downward dog. Good work, everyone. Take a full inhale. And exhale, lion's breath. Let that go. Beautiful. From downward dog, we can bring our knees down to the earth. And then sit our seat onto our heels. Sweep the heels out from underneath us. Lengthening our legs out. And from here, we're going to move into saddle pose. So I invite you to bring your right leg behind you. And you're going to bend your right leg and then try to bring the knees are in line, foot comes back, and try to bring the heel to the outside of your thigh. If that's not available, you can bring the sole of the foot onto the inside of the inner left thigh. Whatever works for you. You can also bring your seat onto a block. That will help. Just really play around here. Just make sure you're comfortable. The knees are one of the most sensitive parts of the body. So if there's any pain or discomfort, please be gentle with yourself and know when it's too much. So you can stay right here if you're sitting on a block, or if you have the foot forward, the sole of the foot on the inside of the left thigh. You can stay here, or if you want to take it deeper, if the sole of the foot is on the inside of the left thigh, come forward. If you're staying in saddle pose, you can slowly begin to lower your elbows down onto the earth. And then if it's available, your lower back, your shoulders, and your head. You can bring up your arms overhead and grab opposite elbows. And again, if you took the option to have the sole of the foot on the inner left thigh, then you can just take a nice forward bend, whatever is most available and accessible for you, what feels right for your body. Just breathing here, slowing down. Really good for the hips, the quads. This pose works into the hips, the emotional junk drawers. Again, with the new moon in Cancer, it's about setting new intentions, letting go of things that aren't serving us, maybe letting go of old habits, toxic people, and coming more into our intuition, our sensitivities, and listening to these. Cancers are often hibernating in their shells because the outer world can be a lot for them with being so sensitive. So it's also a good time to maybe take time for yourself, have some hibernation, work on yourself and your projects, and take that time for self-care, whatever that means to you. Take one more full inhale and exhale. Inhale. If you're all the way down in saddle, you can come out of it the same way you went in. So releasing the hands overhead, propping up on the elbows, bringing the hands up, releasing the leg, giving that a little shake, letting that go. And same thing on the other side. So bending the left knee, bringing the heel, the sole of the foot to the back, knees stay in one line. Our heel is beside our upper left thigh. And again, option to bring the sole of the left foot onto the inner right thigh and just come into a forward fold if that's more accessible. Wherever you're at, maybe bringing a block under the seat if that works for you on the last side. So wherever you're at, or coming into full saddle, lowering down the elbows, the lower back, the head, grabbing opposite elbows, and just breathing here. And being a witness to anything that comes up. Slowing down the breath and sending the breath into any space in your body that needs it. Bringing more prana, more love there. Our body holds on to everything. So whenever we don't express any emotions or we hold something in, it's held in our bodies. So through yoga, through meditation, we move this energy so it doesn't become stagnant and doesn't stay and turn into something more negative in our body. We allow it to flow and work through this energy. So be really gentle with yourself. Allow any emotions to flow and allow yourself to feel them. Taking one more full inhalation here. And exhale. And then coming out of the posture the same way you went in, releasing the arms from overhead, coming back onto your elbows, using the hands for support, rising up, releasing the leg, giving that a little shake, letting that go. Beautiful. Then from here, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. I invite you to bring them further apart, away from your inner crotch area. Option here to bring pillows underneath your knees for support if you need. You're going to get more of a stretch in the hamstrings, having your feet further away from you. And then just bring your hands back behind you. Slowly again lowering down, coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly. So you can have your hands at your side, palms open. Or you can bring one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your heart, and just watch your pattern of breathing. Again, this is such another beautiful hip opener. And just really allow yourself to become silent here. Try to be still. And try to focus on the breath. Sending it into any areas of tension, sending the breath there. Moving any stagnant energy, releasing anything that no longer serves us. And turning your attention inwards. Really trying to see what you need, what your body needs, what your soul needs for this next cycle, this next moon cycle. A beautiful thing to do with every new moon is write your intentions. It's like planting seeds. What you want to accomplish, what you're dreaming of. So a nice practice tonight would be to write those in your journal. And then on the full moon, a nice thing to do is check back on them and see how far you've come. And also just writing maybe about how you feel, what's going on inside. Again, with it being in Cancer, it's very internal, very sensitive, a lot of self-time, a lot of emotions, very sensitive time. With eclipses, they can bring big change. They can bring light to things of unseen. Shadows can appear. So energetically wise, it's a really intense time. Be gentle with yourself and just like really notice how you're feeling. Notice what comes up and what happens for you, and accept yourself and love yourself with everything that happens. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. You can stay in Baddha Konasana, or you can lengthen one leg and then the other, coming into your Savasana, your final resting pose. I encourage you to stay here for at least 5 minutes, if not 10. Just really letting the body integrate the energy you shifted, allowing your body to relax, allowing your mind to relax, shifting your attention into the breath and fully letting go. I wish you a beautiful new lunar cycle. I hope all your dreams come true. Remember to plant your seeds and water them well. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.